Webbed is a 2D physics-based puzzle platformer where you play as this adorable little spider on a quest to rescue your boyfriend who has been captured by a bird. You meet plenty of friendly characters, solve various puzzles and swing your way through several fun rooms. If any of that sounds fun to you, buy the game. If you're still unsure, watch the rest of this video. Without further ado, let's start with the first thing you will probably notice about the game, which is how beautiful it looks. The pixel artwork looks great, but more importantly it looks very fluid, which really helps you feel the weight and speed of your little spider while swinging through rooms and really adds to the feeling of the platforming. All the characters also look great and, with the exception of the bird, friendly, which really helps to reinforce the theme of the game, which is being friendly and welcoming. The backgrounds also look very alive, like here I'm near a beehive and you can see bees going about the day in the background, which is a very nice touch. Really, I'm having a hard time talking about the visuals because there are only so many ways I can say something looks great. So let's move on to the music, which is also great. Every song sounds different, but keeps the happy and friendly theme of the game. What is so amazing is how the music changes inside of zones, like here. I am in an anthill, the music is quite normal, but when I enter the next room where all the ants are working and there is a lot of machinery, the music changes, but not really. It's still the same soundtrack, but some instruments have been switched out for industrial sounds, like the sound of a hammer hitting a piece of metal. Here I go underwater and some instruments are switched out for the sound of water bubbles popping. This is just really cool and adds to the world feeling alive. I have nothing bad to say about the music, it's just really good. And so is the sound design, just listen to the sound of the spider walking. That's some good sounding footsteps. And again, I like how the sounds in the world are incorporated into the music. The game does not have what I would call voice acting. Instead, all the characters sound like various insects and you need to read what they're saying. A cool way to save time and money. I wish I could do that with this video. It turns out talking into a microphone is not that easy. This is the 6th take. The ambient sounds are also good. I like the sound of birds. I've got nothing else to say about the sound, so let's move on to the gameplay, which is almost only platforming and puzzle solving, aka what the game's good at. You have 3 abilities. You can shoot a string which drags you to wherever it hits, mostly used to swing around and traverse the world. You can place down permanent string which you can then walk on. This is mostly used to build bridges and make it easier to traverse some areas. But it can also be used to connect objects to each other, like this. Finally, you have laser eyes, used to delete your permanent string. If you don't count the bird, there are no enemies in this game, so this will be the laser's only purpose. You will need to use these abilities in tandem with each other to solve all the puzzles the game have to offer. Like getting these metal mandibles for a forge or building this bridge for these dung beetles. You get the point, it's fun. Though, here is my biggest issue with the game. There is not a lot of variety in the puzzles. They get bigger and longer, but there is not a lot of variety in the solution. It's mostly just the same. Luckily, the game is not that long, only 3 or 4 hours, so it doesn't ever get stale or repetitive. In fact, the game's length is near perfect. It's just short enough that the puzzles don't get boring, and the platforming... well, I don't know how you can get bored of the platforming. The platforming is so fun, just swinging around in empty space brings me joy. I mean, come on, does this not look fun to you? The platforming has a bit more variety, but not a whole lot more. But as I've already said, the game's pretty short. My first playthrough was only about 3.5 hours, but if you want to 100% it, I can see it being more like 6 hours. And for only €8, that's more than worth it. You also get some side quests in the form of collectibles that you can find throughout the world, which give you various cosmetics and sometimes other things. These side quests are nice and add something to do when you finish the game, but they're really nothing special, but they're not anything bad either. Also, one thing that really helps with the collecting of the collectibles is that the game tells you what rooms still have collectibles inside of them, which is very nice. It's also worth noting just how fun it is to move around in the world. One time I saw a collectible missing on the other side of the world and I didn't go, well, that's annoying. I went, it's gonna be fun going there. There are some fun and unique sections in the game, but nothing I want to spoil, so if you want to see them, buy the game. Watching this footage actually makes me want to do another playthrough, so I think I'll do that now. I've already done it at the time of recording this, but when I wrote the script, that is. I can't recommend this game enough. Even if you hate the puzzles, the platforming alone makes it worth it. So that's it, thanks for watching. This was my first video. I know it was a bit short and cut a bit, or ended a bit abruptly, but I don't want to make it any longer than it needs to be. I'm looking forward to making more videos like this, and I hope you're looking forward to watching them. If you do, subscribe. If you don't, that's it, bye.